जटाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सदा भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिव गोपाल
जय।
भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर वृंद की जय। अंतर मायापुर धाम की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय। तुलसी देवी की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। समावे भक्त वृंद की जय। गौ प्रेमानंदे
हरि 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 हरे कृष्णा हरे
Welcome to Sri Radha Govinda Temple. Today we have fourth day of Bhagavad Saptah. We have one very important announcement to make about tomorrow. Tomorrow we have Mahayagna, a fire sacrifice, because tomorrow is Bhadra Purnima, full moon day in Bhadra Paksha. So tomorrow we'll be doing a fire sacrifice, and as many people can attend, they will all be able to join in the fire sacrifice. And it can start any time, just like we finish Radha Madhava, then we may have some Mangalacharanam something, and right away we will be lighting the fire, and we will finish by 7 o'clock. There may be put Purnahuti or something. So there is a little change in schedule. It used to be 7 o'clock beginning and then 9 o'clock, but it's too late for people for prasadam and all that. That's why what we do is we'll do it during the Bhagavad Katha. So be here at 5 o'clock so that we can start the fire sacrifice also. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Everyone should look at Sri Radha Govinda. They look very, very beautiful. Yeah, show them. Today they have dressed up very beautifully. And especially Radharani looks so beautiful. And there is a reason for that. As you see, we have Radha, Govinda, and Govardhanaji is also there. Sharingaram Sudha is there. Besides that, we have Gaur Nitai on the altar, and Tulsi Maharani, and Srila Prabhupada, of course, and the entire Guru Parampara is there. So, we would like to sing a wonderful mantra or bhajan for that, so that everybody will be pleased with us, and we will have blessing of Sri Radha Govinda, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and all that. So we'll begin with a wonderful mantra. Hare Krishna. Anand Leela Vigrahaya Hema Vadivyat Visundaraya Tasme Mahaprem Rasa Pradaya Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste. Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste. Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste. Now, you may be wondering that why we just keep singing, why there is a kirtan all the time. But we have different sampradaya who believe in chanting and doing kirtan. The founder, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, has taught us that we should be doing kirtan because that is the only way we can cross the ocean of nations in age of Kali. मुख कवित करेया सबार स्मरणे Pangu giri lange and dekhe tara gane. So by remembering the lotus feet of Shri Radha Govinda, and especially Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, Gadadhar, and Srivas Pandit, a dumb man becomes a poet, a lame man crosses the mountain, and the blind man can see the stars in the sky. So it is magic that if we get the blessing of Shri Radha Govinda and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then we can go through this big challenge of 7-day Bhagavad Gita. For also we have to not only Prabhupada, but our Shiksha Guru, and after Prabhupada in our discipline change, whatever or whoever was there as a Shiksha Guru, our teachers, from whom we got some education about the spiritual life. We have to think of them also. And how do we do that? So, in Krishna Karanamrita, Bilva Mangal Thakur, he is teaching us that. So this is the mantra he is chanting to please Shiksha Guru and Diksha Guru. Chintamani jayati somagirir guru men Shiksha guruscha bhagavan shikhipanchamali Yat pada kalpataru pallavashekareshu Leela swayam mararasam labate jayashri. All glories to Chintamani and my initiating spiritual master, Somagiri. All glories to my instructing spiritual master and the Supreme Personality of Godhead who wears peacock feather in his crown, under shades of his lotus feet, which are like desire tree. Jayashri means Radharani enjoys the transcendental marrow of an eternal concert. So we do bow down to the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, whose complexion is as beautiful as molten gold, who is busy distributing love of Godhead freely through his nectarian pastimes, full of pleasure. So this is the way we begin today. Yesterday also was one of the auspicious day in our disciplic succession. It was appearance day of Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Today is another auspicious day. This is the fourth auspicious day, and tomorrow is again more auspicious day, Vajra Purnima. So the whole week or 7 days that we have chosen, they are all auspicious days. What is so auspicious about today? It is the disappearance of Haridas Thakur. It's sad that we lost such a pure devotee of God. He was unfortunate that he was born in a Muslim family. About 500 years ago, they never allowed any Muslim in the temple. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, of course, accepted him as a disciple, but he instructed him that the temple authority may not ever allow you in the temple, but you stay outside of the temple and just keep looking. At the top of the temple, there is a disc, chakra, and that belongs to Lord Jagannath. Think of the chakra, look at the chakra, and enjoy the pastimes and chanting and the Vaishnava devotees around you. So he never entered the temple. But after getting that instruction, believe it or not, 24 hours a day, he kept chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Up to today, since 500 years, there is no one who could beat him and chant as many japa on the beads, the whole Hare Krishna mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, Dr. Saab?
Thank you, Prabhuji.
No, here, look at the camera here. No, this way. Over there. Yeah. He is our friend and our sponsor of the whole event. And
Thank you.
all of you, those who are sitting home, should be blessing him and his family members so that they will be very, very happy in this life.
Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Hari Bol.
Bhagavatam ki jai. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So apparently he came today and it was nice for him to come. I would still ask you people that please come and join for the fire yajna at least tomorrow. There are more than one sponsor of this Bhagavad Saptah. And they are all busy, they are all working. But they support us monetarily, financially. So if you have some time during these 7 days, please come. Sunday we are going to wrap up this event during Sunday program. So you could also come on Sunday because Sunday is an official holiday, you may not be working, so please come also. Now talking about Haridas Thakur, that today he had left his body. And when he left his body, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu literally lifted his dead body and he danced and danced and danced and danced. So this is the law of a guru for his disciple. And today, in order to please Bhaktivinoda Thakur as well as Haridas Thakur, I will have to sing a song which they used to sing especially on these occasions of Haridas Thakur. It is addressed to Srimati Radharani. And the poem is written by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And it's beautiful. It's difficult to sing, so just focus your mind on the words of the poem rather than what I sing or how I sing. Ramani Shiromani Vrushvanu Nandini Ramani Shiromani Vrushvanu Nandini Neela Vasana Paridan Neela Vasana Paridan Ramani Shiromani Vrushvanu Nandini Neela Vasana Paridhan Chinnapurat Jini Varna Vikasini Chinnapurat Jini Varna Vikasini Bad Kabari Hari Prana आभरण मंडिता हरिरस पंडिता आभरण मंडिता हरिरस पंडिता तिलक शोभित बाल तिलक शोभित बाल कंचुलिका छादित स्थानमणि मणिता कंचुलिका छादित स्थानमणि मणिता काजल नयनि रसाला काजल नयनि रसाला रमणी शिरोमणि वृषभानुनन्दिनी नीलवसन परिधान सकल त्यजिया सेरद चरण सकल त्यजिया सेरद चरण दासी होई भजा परम जताने दासी होई भजा परम जताने सौंदर्य किरण देखिया जहारा सौंदर्य किरण देखिया जहारा रति गौरी लीला गर्व परिहारा रति गौरी लीला गर्व परिहारा शचि लक्ष्मी सत्या सौभाग्य बालने शचि लक्ष्मी सत्या सौभाग्य बालने पराजित होया जहाँ चरण पराजित होया जहाँ चरण रमणी शिरोमणि वृषभानुनन्दिनी नीलवसन परिधान रमणी शिरोमणि वृषभानुनन्दिनी नीलवसन परिधान कृष्ण वशिकारे चंद्रावलियादि कृष्ण वशिकारे चंद्रावलियादि पराजित मान होई अभिवादी पराजय मान होई अभिवादी हरि ललिता राधा चरण प्रयासी हरि ललिता राधा Shiromani Vrishabhanunandini Neelavasana Paridan Neelavasana Paridan. So this was dedicated to Haridas Thakur, the poem written by Bhakti Vinod Thakur. The meaning is, the beloved daughter of Vrishabhanu Maharaj is a grace jewel of all beautiful maidens. She wears blue-colored garments decorated with beauty of molten gold. Her complexion shines attractively. Her hair is beautifully painted. She is the life and the soul of Krishna. She is adorned with beautiful ornaments. She is expert in amorous affairs with Lord Hari, and her forehead decorated with tilak. Her mellow, filled eyes anointed with black collyrium, giving up everything to become the maid servant at the lotus feet of her beauty, worship her and serve her with great care. Beholding the effulgence rays of her beauty, Rati, Gauri, and Leela, all abandoned their pride at her lotus feet. And this is classic here, that to bring Krishna under their control, a resident of Sri Godrum, that means Bhakti Vinod Thakur, aspires for lotus feet of Shri Radha Govinda, the most beloved deity. So this was some prayers, or some of the prayers for Haridas Thakur that we lost, and we have to always pray for wherever he is. Hare Krishna. So yesterday we did few things, and especially we have to now continue with the main subject subject matter. Srimad Bhagavatam, like I explained yesterday, there were only 6 verses as a question. Verses or in written, there were 18,000 verses as an answer. So it's a huge volume, and the answer begins with this particular verse. Idam Bhagavatam Nama Puranam Brahma Samhitam Uttama Shloka Charitam Chakara Bhagavan Rishi. So Sutta Goswami, when asked question, he replied, "The Srimad Bhagavatam which I am about to narrate is the literary incarnation of God and was compiled by Srila Vyasadeva, who is also an incarnation of Godhead. Vyasadeva delivered Srimad Bhagavatam to his son Shukadeva Goswami after having extracted the cream of the Vedic literature and the histories. In turn, Shukadeva Goswami first spoke Srimad Bhagavatam to the great Emperor Parikshit, who sat down on the bank of the Ganges, awaiting his death while surrounding by all the great sages. So this is a sin or setup in the beginning. सकाचीद सरस्वत्या उपश्रुष्य जलशुचि विवाक्तो एक आसीन उदितेर विमंडले. One day after bathing in the river Saraswati at sunshine, Srila Vyasadeva sat down on the shore to meditate. As you know, Vyasadeva was the incarnation of God, so he was able to write all the scriptures that we read. He divided the one Veda into 4. In addition, he compiled historical narrations called Puranas, and these were considered to be the 5th Veda. Vyasadeva entrusted Rigveda to Paila Rishi, Samaved to Jaimini, and Yajurveda to Vaishampayan, and Atharvaveda to Angira Muni, and the Puranas to Romharsha. So also he a disciple, and then he tried to spread the message of Godhead through his disciples in this fashion. So, the next is Tata Parikshita Dvijavarya Tata Pratikshita Dvijavarya Shikshaya Hisyunyamani Jata Kovida Mahima Bhagavata Shasasa Shamadishana Vipramahad Gunastatha. So after the retirement of the Pandavas, Maharaja Parikshit began retiring, and he ruled the earth under the instructions of Brahmanas. So when Pandavas retired at that time, Parikshit Raja, he, instead of just enjoying the life, he took the charge of this whole earth, and he started ruling the earth. While Maharaja Parikshit ruled from his capital Hastinapur, the symptoms of Kali began infiltrating in his kingdom. So that is the time actually Kali Yuga entered this earth, and he tried to have his influence not only on the people but every living entity. Tasyevam vartamanasya purvesham mrittimanvaha nati dure kivascharya yadasit tannibodhame. Meanwhile, while wandering about in the form of a bull, Dharma, the personality of religion, came upon Bhumi, the goddess of earth. So here the bull represented religion, and earth takes the form of a cow. Upon seeing her in the pitiable condition, Dharma inquired why she was in a pitiable condition. So the goddess Earth, who was in the form of a cow, with tears in her ears and her body luster faded, she appeared to be like a mother that had lost her child. So Mother Earth represented her pain to the bull. So upon seeing her in the pitiable condition, Dharma inquired, "O good lady, what is the cause of your grief? Are you suffering from some disease, or are you thinking of some relative who is away in the distant place?" So these are basically worries that may disturb your heart and produce a dejection of heart. So, are you unhappy because the general populace no longer follows the regulative principles that govern eating, sleeping, and mating, and thus perform thus acts unrestrictedly? So this could be another reason, because a lot of people are living on earth, and if they don't behave, they don't follow the religion, so what will happen? Dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. If you don't follow the religion, then religion is not going to protect you either. O Mother Earth, the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna had incarnated just to relieve your burden. So when Krishna came, he actually, yada yada dharmasya grani bhavati bharatam, abhyuthanam dharmasya tadatmyanam spijamyam, paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam, dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. So actually Lord Krishna came, and he has actually killed so many demons, and still you are suffering and you are having tears in your eyes. I am surprised. Mother Earth, in the form of a cow, replied, O Dharma, you were also maintained on your 4 legs by mercy of Lord Krishna, the reservoir of your good qualities, so that happiness spread through the universe. Lord Krishna has now concluded his performance of transcendental pastimes upon the earth, and in his absence, the age of Kali has spread his influence everywhere. It is because of this that I am very aggrieved. While Prithvi, the Mother Earth, and Dharma were the personality of religion were thus conversing, Maharaja Parikshit arrived at the bank of river Saraswati. There he saw that the Shudra, wearing the dress of a king, was engaged in breathing the cow and bull with his club. Tayorevam kathayato prithvi dharmayo siddham Parikshidanama Raja Shri Prapta Prachim Saraswati. So, there he saw the Shudra wearing dress of king was engaged in beating the cow and bull with his club, as if they had no protector. The bull was as white as lotus flower. As he stood upon one leg, the bull was so terrified that his entire body trembled and he was passing urine. The cow was bereft of the calf, and due to beating upon the legs, she was very weak and distressed. With tears in her eyes, she was hankering for some grass in the field. Etadva pandavenam yuktamarta bhayam vacho yesham guna ganehi krishno dvotyado bhagavan krita. With a deep, thunderous voice, Maharaja Parikshit immediately challenged the offender. Who are you? By your dress you appear to be posing as a godly king. So this is a dialogue between Parikshit Raja and Kali, because he was beating the bull and the cow. By your dress you appear to be posing as a godly king, and yet you dare to oppose religious principles by attempting to kill helpless creatures within my kingdom, you rogue. Are you trying to beat an innocent cow in secluded place because Lord Krishna and Arjuna are now out of sight? For this offense, you deserve to be killed by me. Maharaja Parikshit then addresses the bull. Who are you? Who has cut your legs? Please tell me. Now here is a very, very beautiful answer. Parikshit Raja can see that this is the person who is trying to kill the cow and a bull. The bull is religion and cow is Mother Earth. So on this earth, the earth, religion is being attacked by Kali Yuga, the age of hypocrisy and quarrel. And Parikshit Raja is asking the bull, who did this? Who is harassing you? Who is beating you? Who is cutting your legs? And look at the answer that bull is giving. In Satyuga, your four legs were established by the practice of austerity, cleanliness, mercy, and truthfulness. When the bull has four legs, this earth is contained with austerity, cleanliness, mercy, and truthfulness. Now, however, three of your legs have been broken due to rampant religion in the form of pride, lust for woman, and intoxication. So those three legs were cut. So when you remove those austerity, cleanliness, and mercy, then you are left with what? Pride, lust for woman, and intoxication. You are standing upon the last leg of truthfulness, and thus you somehow manage to still hobble along. Yet since Kali is quarrel personified and thus flourishes by deceit, he will also try to destroy your last remaining leg. And we know that this is what's happening because 5,000 years already passed in Kali Yuga. And the only one leg, which is the truthfulness, is being attacked day by day, every moment. People lie, cheat. Prabhupada used to say that this material world is for gentlemen. Because if you are not cheating, then you are being cheated. But that cheating propensity is very popular and is very effective during these days. Therefore, after addressing Dharma, Maharaj Parikshit took out his sharp sword to kill the miscreant. When Kali saw the seriousness of the king's intentions, he at once cast off his imitation royal dress and bowed down his head in a surrender. And then Kali addressing Parikshit Maharaj, O king, since you are the emperor of entire world, wherever I may go, I will see you with sword in his hand, ready to punish me for my sinful activities. Even though I am your enemy, because I have surrendered unto you, you should allot me a place of residence where I can live peacefully under your protection. So he says, I'm just simply a citizen. You are the king, but you should give me a place where I can stay. So, being thus petitioned, Maharaja Parikshit agreed to allow Kali to live where gambling, intoxication, prostitution, and animal slaughter were being indulged in. So these are the four places where Kali can stay. Gambling, wherever there is a gambling. Wherever there is intoxication, it could be wine or liquor or whatever, Wherever there is a prostitution and animal slaughter, the violence. So these are the places where Kali can stay. And there is only one single place where Kali can live is gold, which is a precious matter. But gold can buy anything. It can gamble, it can buy the intoxication, It can go for prostitution. It can also open the slaughterhouses. So that is one place where everybody is, focusing and buying gold and waiting for the auspicious muhurt or auspicious time or stocks to go up, become rich, and then engage themselves in the gambling, intoxication, prostitution, and animal slaughter. You may not be running animal slaughterhouses, but you eat meat. You are encouraging that particular industry. So, ekada dhanurudyasya vicharan mrugayan mruganugata shranta kshujittatra shrito brusham. So one day, while giving chase to deer in the forest, Maharaja Parikshit became very tired, hungry and thirsty. So he suspended his hunting to search for water. While doing so, he came to the ashram of well-known Rishi named Shamika, who was a descendant in the line of Angira Muni. After entering the Rishi's cottage, Maharaja Parikshit saw him sitting silently with his eyes closed. Actually, Shamik Rishi's senses, breath, mind, and intelligence were restrained from external perception due to being situated in trance, samadhi. So yesterday only we were reading a verse that it says that Dhyana avastita tadgatena manasa pashyanti yam yogino. Yam brahma varunendra rudra maruta stuvan siddhi vaistavai Veda sanga padakramopanishadai Gayantiyam samaga Dhyanavastita tadgatena manasa Pashyantiyam yogino Yasyam tanna vidusura suragana Devaya tasmai namah. While explaining the mantra Kararvindena padarvindena mukharvindena vinishyantam Vatasya patrasya kuteshanam Balam mukundam manasa smarami, Krishna himself is wondered, is curious. How come everybody is interested in my toe? How come everybody wants to see my lotus feet? What's so wonderful about it? So he's taking his right toe and putting in his mouth. This is a form of Balagopala. So we explained yesterday that Dhyana avastita tadgatena manasa pashyantiyam yogino, when the yogi is sitting in a yogic posture and focusing on the lotus feet of God, the rest of the universe is just vanishing from his mind. He is not perceiving anything besides Lord Krishna. So, actually, Shamik Rishi's senses, breath, mind, intelligence were restrained from external perception due to being situated in trance, in samadhi. When he saw the sage, who was dressed in a deer skin and had long matted hair. Maharaja Parishit requested some water, for his mouth was extremely parched because of thirst. Actually, pure devotees never become overly disturbed by bodily demands, such as hunger, thirst, and fatigue. Therefore, it is understood that Maharaja Parishit was put into this condition by the will of Lord, just to create the auspicious situation whereby he would become detached from family and hear Srimad Bhagavatam from Shukadeva Goswami. So, when the sage did not even reply to his request, Maharaja Parikshit immediately became very angry due to feeling highly neglected and offended, of course. Satu Brahma Rusheranse Gatasu Muragam Rusha Vinargachanam Danushkotya Nidaya Purmagata. Thus, it must be assumed that such behavior was ordained by the Supreme Lord. While leaving the cottage in the feet of rage, Maharaja Parikshit happened to see a dead snake, the end of his bow. So, he picked up that dead body of the snake with the end of his bow. The king placed it as a garland around Shamik Rishi's neck and then quickly departed for Hastinapur. So it was certainly surprising that Maharaja Parishit would think of childishly rewarding the Rishi's cold reception with a cold dead snake. Indeed, while returning home, Maharaja Parikshit began to repent for his behavior. The king pondered again and again, was the Rishi actually absorbed in the trance of meditation, or was he just pretending so that he could avoid receiving one of the lower castes? Shamuk Rishi had a young son named Shringi. So Shringi, who was very powerful due to his Brahma Teja, while playing with other boys of the same age, the inexperienced Shringi heard about how his father had been insulted by the king. Iti langita maryadam takshaka saptamani daushayati smakulangaram chodito me tadruham. So, becoming enraged, the boy declared, "Just see how this ruler, who is like a crow that receives the remnant of one's food, or a watchdog that guards the door, has turned against this master. On what ground can a dog enter the cottage and claim to dine with the household or a same plate? After the departure of Lord Krishna, these upstarts have already begun to flourish. Therefore, I shall personally take up the matter and punish the wrongdoer. Just witness my power." After saying this, Shringi, his eyes red with rage, touched water from the river Kaushika and then cursed Maharaja Parikshit. On the 7th day from today, Takshak will bite this most wretched descendant of his dynasty because he has broken the rules of etiquette by insulting my father. Now, Shringi was really mad. And Sangat sanjayate kamat kamat krodham abhijayate krodhat bhavati sammoha sammohat buddhinasha. So this is what's happening with Shringi. That when he saw the dead snake hanging like a garland on the neck of his father who is in trance, he's in samadhi, he doesn't know even his son is here or who is here. Dhyana avasthitu tadgatena manasa pashyanti yam yogino. This is the nature of a yogi. He is just focusing on the lotus feet of Krishna. He has no any other business. He has no any other world. So, since his father was innocent and he was insulted by the king, Shringi got very mad at the king and he cursed him. You will die in 7 days. Now, this is a wonderful message because it's not only Parikshit Raja has to die in 7 days. We all have to die in 7 days. How? Because there are only 7 days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Right? Is there any 8th day? No. Someone dies on Monday, someone dies on Tuesday, some Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. So 7 days, dying in 7 days is a very wonderful sentence or curse that we have to understand. That it's not only Parikshit Raja, we all have to go one day. So this is becoming very interesting. While seeking an opportunity to infiltrate society, the personality of Kali found in this inexperienced, puffed up Brahmana boy, thus hated of lower orders by the Brahmana, due to the influence of Kali, began with Shringi. And first victim of Brahmanical injustice was Maharaj Parikshit. Thereafter, when the boy returned home, he saw his father seated with a dead snake draped over his shoulders, being very aggrieved at this sight. And because of this great mistake of cursing the king, Shringi began to cry out loud to relieve his burning heart. When he heard his son crying, Shamik Rishi gradually opened his eyes and then saw the dead snake that hung around his shoulders. After casting the snake aside, Shamik asked, "My dear son, why are you crying? Has anyone harmed you?" In response, Shringi explained all that had happened. When Shamik Rishi heard about how the king had been cursed, he became highly mortified and explained, "Oh, what a great sinful act has been performed by my son. He has given a heavy punishment for an insignificant offense." So there are two things we learn from here. When the bull was a victim by Kali, and he cut his 3 legs, and when he was asked, the answer was very wonderful. Being a devotee, the bull knew that without a sanction of Supreme Lord, no one could inflict suffering from anyone. He knew somebody else is cutting my feet. But without sanction of Krishna, how can anybody touch me? So, his answers are very great. Although Dharma knew very well that Kali was the direct cause of his suffering, he considered him to be merely instrumental. So, in order to cut the feet, you need someone to cut. So, somebody is going to be instrumental. It may not be Kali, it could be somebody neighbor or any citizen of Hastinapur. So, because of all kinds of suffering are actually caused by fructification of past sinful act. Then he talked about his karma. That maybe this could happen because my previous karma I must have cut somebody's leg, that's why somebody is cutting my leg. This is the way the bull was thinking. Being this unwilling to directly arouse Kali or accuse Kali, Dharma continued by saying, some philosophers declare one's own self to be the cause of suffering, while others say that it is superhuman power that is responsible. Still others claim that one's acts are the cause, and the gross materialistics explain that all suffering is ultimately caused by nature. Therefore, O king, you must judge for yourself with the help of your good intelligence and thus ascertain the real culprit. He says, I don't know. I don't know who cut my legs. First, he says, could be my karma. Then he says that someone who is instrumental in this act, he cut. And then he says, this is the nature of the material world. You suffer. Padam padam vipadam. Every step you have to suffer. That's the cause of material life. So why even discuss about this? Adi Atmik, Adi Bhautik, and Adi Devik. These are the three main causes. So, the previous karmas, I'm pointing the finger at myself and I say it was Adi Atmik pain. I'm pointing at others who are instrumental in cutting. I'm declaring that it was Adi Bhautik pain. And third, it's just natural phenomena. Jivo jivasya bhojanam. One living entity will try to kill others. As you see in the, go to the sea, ocean, so many sea, so many fish are there, right? And the big fish is eating the small fish. So this way, that kind of violence is always going on in the nature. And that's the nature of this material world. And finally, he says, all these things are happening, but nothing is happening without the sanction of Krishna. So, I would say, it was Krishna who inspired Kali to cut my legs. So this answer is one kind of answer, which is, we have to learn something. And here, when Shamik Rishi heard about how the king had been cursed, he became highly mortified and exclaimed, "Oh, what a great sinful act has been performed by my son. He has given a heavy punishment for an insignificant offense." And then he says, "My dear boy, because you are immature, you do not understand that the king is the foremost human being and the representative of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sasadhu mene nachirena takshaka naram prasaktasya virakti karanam." It is only due to his protection that the citizens are able to live in this peace and prosperity. As he was representing like this, news of his imminent death due to Shringi's curse reached Maharaja Parikshit. Shamik Rishi had sent a messenger to inform the king of the irrevocable curse so that he might properly prepare himself for going back home, back to Godhead. There was no way. Once the curse was given, it was given, that's it. And it will work. In next 7 days, Parikshit Raja will die. That was for sure. So his father Shamik Rishi sent him the message and asked him to prepare himself because it's going to happen, it's going to die. So whatever he has to do within 7 days, he must do. He must prepare himself going back to Godhead. So Maharaja Parikshit could have gone to Shamik and begged for forgiveness. But since the Rishi's message had been conveyed with so much regret, the king did not want to further embarrass him by his presence. Thus, instead of trying to counteract the curse, Maharaja Parikshit took as a good opportunity to become indifferent toward all material things. With this in mind, he first of all handed over his kingdom to his son. Then he sat down firmly on the banks of Yamuna. With the intention of giving up his life by fasting, while concentrating his mind upon the lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna. News of this spread quickly throughout the universe, and on the plea of making a pilgrim's journey, all of the great rishis came there along with their disciples. Knowing that Srimad Bhagavatam would be spoken by Shukadeva Goswami, thus Maharaja Parikshit soon became surrounded by sages. Sukhopavistestata teshu vayah krita pranama svachi kirshitam yasha. So he was surrounded by Narad Muni, Srila Vyasadeva, Bhrigu, Vasishtha, Parashara, Atri, Vishwamitra, Angira, Parshuram, Bharadwaj, Gautama, Chavana, Sharadvan, and Uttaya, Maitreya, Urva, as well as the numerous other rishis and great kings. Parikshit received anyone and everyone properly and then bowed his head in the hopes of being excused of the offenses before departing from this mortal world. After all had been comfortably seated, Maharaja Parikshit stood before the assembled sages with folded hands and said, "The Supreme Lord, who is the Supreme Controller, has kindly overtaken me in the form of Brahmana's curse. The Lord has done this out of his causeless mercy, for I had become too attached to family life and royal opulence. O Brahmanas, please accept me as a completely surrendered soul, for I have already taken the lotus feet of Lord into my heart. Let Takshaka bite me at once. It to be so ordained, for my only desire is that you continue speaking about the glories of the Supreme Lord of Sri Vishnu. I offer my obeisances unto all of you, and I pray that if I have to be born again within this material world, my attachment for Lord Krishna will remain intact, and I may have the association of devotees. I have come here to sit down and fast until death, and so I beg you to instruct me for my highest welfare." And it's true that after 5 days, Shukadeva Goswami was watching him, that he was there without any food and not even water. So he says, "Parikshit Raja, I have a request. I have been watching last 5 days. You did not have any food, any drink, nothing. So please take it. Take a break." But Parikshit Raja says, "No, I have taken a vow that I will not touch the grain, I will not touch or drink the water. Just think about the story. He was thirsty and he cursed the sage, thinking that he was just pretending. And in return, the sage's son cursed him for doing some offense towards his father. So it was hunger and thirst. The urge of thirst was the cause of his death. So why should he touch the water? So he totally gave up and he started fasting. After saying this, Maharaja Parikshit sat down facing north on the southern bank of the Ganges upon a mat of kusha grass that had been placed with the roots turned toward the east. The demigods in the heaven then expressed their satisfaction with the king's determination by beating their drums and showering flowers. The sages that were assembled there also praised Maharaja Parikshit and said, O king, it is not astonishing that you have renounced your royal position in order to attain the eternal association of Lord Krishna. We shall remain here until you pass away from this mortal body and thus attain the supreme abode of Lord Sri Krishna. Desiring to hear about Lord Krishna, Maharaja Parikshit once again addressed the sages. You have kindly assembled here from all over the universe and naturally inclined to do good for others. Please tell me, what is the unalloyed duty of everyone in all circumstances, and especially of those who are just about to die? So this is very important. Atah pruchhami sansitam yoginam paramam gurum purusya yat karmam mriyamanasya sarvatha. So, this particular verse that I am reading is the center of the hub of this whole 18,000 verses. This is a question that what should one do when the person knows that he is about to die? What is his duty? What he should do and what he should not do? That's the question. So, please tell me what is the unalloyed duty of everyone in all circumstances and especially of those who are just about to die. Maharaja Parikshit knows very well that devotional service to Lord Krishna is the eternal duty of everyone. Therefore, he questioned the sages just to get their anonymous confirmation of this, so that he could carry on with his Krishna-conscious duties without controversy. Just as doctors will differently diagnose the same patient, so it appears that great sages also put forward various opinions. As the rishis were thus discussing among themselves, Shukadeva Goswami appeared upon the scene by the will of Lord Krishna. Knowing that his son would leave home just after birth, Srila Vyasadeva had carefully instructed Srimad Bhagavatam to him while he was still within the womb of his mother. Because Shukadeva Goswami was free from all material desires, Srila Vyasadeva chose him to become a recipient of this ripened fruit from the tree of the Vedic knowledge, passing over all his other disciples. Tatra bhavat Bhagavan Vyasaputro Yadachagamathamano Alakshalingo Nijalabha Vrutasya Valer Avadhuta Vesha When Shukadeva Goswami left home for accepting the renounced order of the life, without even having undergone the various informal processes, Srila Vyasadeva followed him due to feelings of intense separation. Although Vyasadeva cried out with anxiety, "O my son," only the trees echoed in response to aggrieved father. When then Shukadeva Goswami passed some beautiful young girls that were bathing, they did not even bother to cover themselves. Although both they and Shukadeva were naked, but when Vyasadeva passed by, the girls quickly covered themselves, even though the great sage was not naked. When Vyas inquired about this, the girls explained, "Your son looked upon us without making a distinction between male and female." When he looked at us, he didn't make any distinction between male and female. For he is transcendental to mundane sexual relations. You, however, make such distinction. In the Brahma Vivarta Purana, it is said that Srila Vyasadeva kept daughter of Jabali as his wife, and they once performed austerities together for many years. Thereafter, when Vyasadeva impregnated his wife, the child remained within the mother's womb for 12 years. When Vyasadeva requested him to come out, the child said that he would not do so only after becoming completely liberated from the influence of Maya. So, upon arrival of Shukadeva Goswami, Maharaja Parikshit and all the rishis, except Narada, Vyasa and few others, rose from their seats to show him respect. Maharaja Parikshit stood up with folded hands and inquired from Shukadeva Goswami with sweet words, "O Brahmana, you are the spiritual master of the great sages. Adapruchami samsiddhim yoginam paramam guru purushasya yatkaryam mriyamanascha sarvatham." You are the spiritual master of the great sages and devotees, and so I beg you to explain to us the path of perfection for all persons, and especially for those who are about to die. What should a man hear about, chant, remember and worship, and what should he refrain from doing? Shukadeva Goswami replied, "My dear king, your question is glorious because it is very beneficial for all kinds of people. The answer of this question is the prime subject matter of the hearing. One who desires to become free from all material miseries must hear about glory and remember the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For the highest perfection is to remember Lord Narayan at the end of life." I will now recite Srimad Bhagavatam. For the chanting of the holy name and glories of the Lord is the doubtless and fearless means of spiritual success. My dear king, you are more fortunate because you have 7 days to prepare yourself for death. At the end of the life, one must be bold enough to fearlessly cut off the attachment to the material body and all desire that pertains to it. So this is a beautiful ending of the 4th day of Bhagavatam recital. Parikshit Raja asked question and Shukadeva Goswami very precisely he explained that Harer Nam, eva kevalam, kalo nastyo, gatiranyata. Name of Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the only alternative in this age of Kali. So, antakale cha mahamevam smarana muktva kalevaram. When you leave the body, if you can chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, then you made it. Then you will definitely go back to Godhead. So, thank you very much for attending. And tomorrow again, I remind you to come at 5 o'clock, because when we chant Jai Radha Madhav, few minutes go there, and after that, we will request all the sponsors to take and participate in a Mahayagna. It is wonderful experience, you will believe, and you will remember all your life. So please come early, and it will go on and on, maybe during even Aarti. The Purnahuti will be around 7 o'clock. So there is some change in schedule. Before we were thinking of doing from 7 to 9, but when we start the Katha at 5 o'clock, it was like 4 hours to sit here in the temple room. It will be too much for you. Even in your home, watching online for 4 hours is too much of time, and that is why we cut down short, and during the Katha time, we will be doing the fire sacrifice. So thank you very much once more. Chant Hare Krishna and be there tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Hare Krishna. Madhuri, you can turn this to Radha Govinda. Have a darshan of Radha Govinda. In very few minutes, the Pujari will open the curtains and he will offer the Aarti. And first he will be offering the incense, and then just pick up and then go.
No.
Just pick up.
No, become like a.
Okay.
Aku lupa lagi.
ये तो तेरा ऊपर नीचे करूँ है तो you can go there and do that. See? Prabhu, can you have the stubble from the bottom?
No. This one, I have.
Oh, this one.
Wait, it's live. He's gonna do it. Tum kar lo.
Bhagavad Gita Ki.
Chai. Hang on. Something's not right. Bottom one is correct. That was the problem. Wasn't all the way out. Okay. Okay, then this one is like this.
sing?
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Abai Shiravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. ISKCON Founder, Deputy Founder Srila Prabhupada Ki. Jai Mashaba Paramount Very Jai So that is each month. Srila Bhaktivedanta Sarpadi, Gospel Srila Prabhupada Ki. Anand Gauti Vaishnava Ki. Namaskar Jai. Very go Sri Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Bhaktivedanta Sri Vasudhi Gaurata Ki. Sri Radha Sri Prabhupada Sham Ki Govinda Ki, Asura Vrindavan Ki, Nabi Maya Padam Ki, ISKCON Brooklyn Ki, Samana Maya Gangamaya, Hasan Maya Ki, Asura Devi Ki, Bhakti Devi, Sri Hariam Samhitam Ki, Sankirtan Ki, Sasana Bhakti Krishna Ki, Sasana Prasad Krishna Ki, Sasana Cow Protection Ki, Sasana Bhagavan Ki, Govinda Ki, all those who all verses all verses verses go brother, verses go
Namaste, Narasingha.
Namaste, Narasingha.
Finish.
Jai.
To finish.
Thank you, all the devotees. Today is the fourth day of Bhagavad Saptah, and your presence really made a big difference. Every day, it was so slow and uninteresting. Today, you made it real. Harinam. Thank you for coming. Tomorrow, we will also invite you, and even day after tomorrow. The Katha is completed for 7 days, and today we completed only 4 days. Now, Maharaj, thank you very much for singing Gaurarti and
for being here.
Kirtan.
Otherwise, with nothing happening, if you were not here. Because you're here for the jam. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Just bless me, Maharaj, so that we can do more and more.
Krishna Mityasu, Krishna Mityasu.
Hare Krishna. So tomorrow we have Mahayagna. And again, I invite everyone, if you can come at 5 o'clock, we can start the Mahayagna and we can go on for 2 hours. And you just name the mantra and we will chanting, So that is why it's called Mahayagna. In Hindu religion, it is called Ganga Snan. That means all the yagnas, when you put together and make one yagna, that is that Mahayagna. That's what we are going to do. Whatever you have done so far was simply one yagna. Now there are going to be many yagna tomorrow. For 2 hours we will be constantly offering the oblation in the fire, and it's a great opportunity for all of you to come and join. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram,